going, everyone? In this video, we're going to show you around the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum here in Niagara Falls. I'm the legend, joined by my wonderful girlfriend, Molly. And I'm going to start out here, right in the entrance area on the street, with this is a very weird exhibit. It's a turtle wearing a hat, holding a cane, with a fan that blows on this old man and snail that are on one of these. It's very interesting. The turtle's great.
I love the turtle.
All right, let's go see the museum. Time now to take a walk through the museum. Outside here, you got a bumblebee, Cuban eye popper, this tiny little car. Celebrating 100 years of Ripley's, as Ripley started in December 1918. A giant line. I do like this. They have a whole bunch of things here that essentially you kind of get to play with water by turning things on and off. Yay! Who doesn't love stuff like that? Let's see, what does this one do? Yep. It's filling things. It kind of feels like a toilet. No, that would be like a mega toilet. All sorts of fun. I love things that you get to play with are a good time. All right, let's move into the inside part of the auditorium and see what's going on in here. No surprise, you come to a Ripley's Museum and the world's tallest man ever, Robert Wadlow, is there. And he's a moving robot? That's cool. Sitting in a giant chair, nodding his head. Molly, not nearly as tall as the world's tallest man, who is now standing up. And is now much, much taller than Molly is. So that's cool. And he's positioned over here next to the Indian executioner sword. Now, we're not going to have time to stop at every single exhibit because we've got things to do, but they do have some cool stuff, like this one made out of camel bones. This guy here, that's the Lighthouse Man. And this, I think, was redone a couple of years ago, so it's very modern for Ripley's Museum. Like, you got an exhibit like this where you pull out the shelves and you find things, like a cannibal something. Or what's in this one? Ah, that is where most people would keep their penis sheaths, in their desk. Read through the books, all sorts of stuff. Comic book creator interactive game was really not very interesting. You got a picture of a wax figure of Robert Ripley himself. Now this is cool. It's like it kind of feels like Universal's Hogwarts, where the pictures are talking.
Why are you insulting these people? They are our guests.
Guests?
I mean, not quite Hogwarts. I'm sure Molly is now judging me from saying that.
Just a little.
Got some shadow art here, which is really cool. So this sculpture, you look that way, elephants. You look this way, lights.
It's good looking.
It's cool. I guess these guys tell their story about all their weirdness.
The Havaro tribe in South America, and they did this to me. Yeah.
Got a dinosaur.
Can
you grab the jewel? What jewel? That jewel. Can you grab it, Molly?
I wish they would.
Can you do it? You didn't grab the jewel. Because there was no jewel.
Go ahead and turn it.
Only elephant skull and dinosaurs. I really like this. That's very cool.
I'm part of a Padang tribe from South.
Let's move on to the next room. Got a whole bunch of like wax figures in here. The lizard man. A frightening looking lady. Now you try and roll your tongue. I can't do this. Yeah, not very good at that. Look at this man's nose. That is something. You could be this giant man in overalls. Gotta love a good souvenir photo. That is a thing. More stuff over here. You can try and contortion yourself into boxes. There's no way. I am not that bendy. I'm not even going to try it. I'd rather be a three-legged soccer player. Another cool photo up here. You would love to see me. I'm not that bendy. There's no way.
I would love it.
Fair enough. Here you go.
You can do it.
I don't think I can. I'm going to split my pants. Nope.
Oh, you're in. You're in. You were totally in. You were in, though. And now can he get out?
Oh.
You made it.
Oh, ow. Alright, I'll take the camera back. Gotta focus on more important things like this tiny man in a birdcage. He's the world's thinnest man. Kind of cool artsy sculptures here. Guess the next room is like all wacky animal stuff. A lot of interactive things here, and you can tell it's definitely a lot more modern than many of the Ripley's museums, which is cool. Like they've got exhibits like this where it's like a screen, except only part of it's a screen. Like that animal there is actually like a kind of an animal, but the screen is so cool. That is neat. Then you can see the screen changes, and you can sort of see the animal through it. But I mean, I love that technology. It's awesome. Let's see, what's it going to do now? What's it going to do now? It's a Cyclops land skull, which is kind of hard to see through there. But anyway, cool tech. You do have some pay extra stuff, like you'll have fortune tellers or a shooting gallery, things like that. I'm not really a big fan of that because you already paid one price to get in. I hate the idea of them paying more to do more stuff. Moving along, you got, well, that'll haunt your nightmares. That is bagpipes made out of a goat. Robot fish, much cooler. That is neat. Got faces made out of wood. More animal stuff. Alright, what do we have over here? Fantasy coffins. So if you want to get buried in a fake Porsche. Kind of neat. Would not be a Ripley's museum without some shrunken heads. Weapons, tribal masks. Now this is actually really cool. This next room we're walking into is all about like miniature art, and it's hard to it's something I can't really show off on camera, but essentially this picture, it shows off what it is. It's like inside the thread of a needle is where all the art takes place, and then you look at it through these different microscopes to see what it is. Obviously, my favorite one being the legendary UFC fighters, including mini Beast Incarnate, the reigning defending Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar. Obviously not the champion at time of recording, thankfully. But then that whole thing exists. My camera will never be able to see it, but it's okay, there you go. There you go. I'm close. See if we zoom in nice and slow, if we can get it. You sort of see the shadow there, and then it fades off, but you get the idea where it's in the thread of that needle. Okay, yeah, that won't work, but it's really cool, and they have a ton of them. Like this whole exhibit, there's a couple of games, but it's mostly that thread of the needle kind of thing. And of course, your Instagram thread of the needle wall. All right, we got some oddities from Robert Ripley up in the next exhibit. I do like how it does things like this where you just go and you push buttons, and there we go, a medieval spiked crown. Got the Berlin Wall, and somebody hitting it with a hammer. Got one of those mystery gates. All right. We're gonna enter this this wall after I show you what might be my favorite thing in the entire museum. In the Postal Service, it's a little person, a little doll, just mailing boxes. Animatronic postal worker. It's great. Kind of nightmare-inducing, but great. Duck my head and we'll go under here. And we got more stuff, just some weird mail. Dr. Ripley's steel-toed boots. Well, that's weird. All right. There's got to be good stuff in the toilet, right, Molly? It is a plastic utensil dung beetle.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, that's not really that cool. But it was in a giant toilet. I love all the interactive stuff. Like you push buttons and you make things happen, and that's really fun. Like I just made that motorcycle appear.
What are you waiting for?
Molly just made that loud noise which frightened all of you. Top secret box doesn't do anything because it's just a box. Coal from the Titanic. That just lights up. That's not very interesting. What about this thing with the big ship wheel, Molly? What's that one do? That is cool. I like that. That one's cool. Now let's sneak on out of here. Oh, I hit my head. All right. Let's see what's in the fridge. I love how it plays Ice Cream Man music. That makes it better.
100% yes.
Oh yeah, that really makes it. Now obviously if you stopped and watched all of the exhibits and things like that and read everything, you could spend a ton of time in here.
The world changed forever.
Or you could run through it real quickly. Like I will be honest, this is our second time walking through. Generally we'll do something like this. We try and walk through once to enjoy it, and then the second time to show off sort of the best parts on camera. And that is what we're doing here. Get this giant megalodon jaws, and this guy who had a bad day.
I had a bad day.
He did. That man had a bad day. The song was not lying. So this is cool. Remember where we tried to roll our tongues earlier? You could watch people do that through the two-sided mirror, and you get to watch them live, and then you could scroll back to see where we were. Now I think we were there around like 8. I think we probably. I wish I knew what the timestamp was.
46.
46. Okay. Up almost. Where are Molly and I? 46. There. We're at 46. Molly said, "Oh, there we are." Yep. That's terrifying. That's how I look while recording. I look kind of bonkers. No wonder why sometimes I get people looking at me weird when I'm holding the camera. That is a. I also probably need a haircut. Look at that. My hair just sticking out of the side of my hat like that. Okay, well that's enough self-reflection. Let's go find more fun. All right, so this room is really, really cool. It's all about Niagara Falls. And you see there I am, and you can try and cross the walk a tightrope over the wall. I have no balance. As you can see, I would have already fallen off to my doom. And they've got some cool videos here showing off friend of the show, Nick Walenda. You know, somebody who has been on In the Loop videos before. And I love this exhibit, all about like being a daredevil. So it's sort of like very Science Museum-esque. Shows you what it would be like to go over in a barrel. And it's built just like the falls. And there it goes. Whoop, bloop, blop, blop, blop. So cool. And then they've got other things here, just like a history of everyone that's either died or made it over the falls going over in a barrel. I'm assuming this is like a recreation of what one of the barrels looked like. So I'm going to show you the inside because it's all like padded and stuff. That's pretty cool. But fear not, there's more fun this way. Now, Molly, could you show off small versus tall? As Molly goes in that room, we're going to watch on the camera to see the craziness of optical illusions. So I can't see Molly at all. Oh, no, you're on. I think you're on the wrong side, Molly. Yep, you gotta want to go to that corner, the far corner. Yep, and then go to the other corner. She's getting shorter and shorter and shorter, and now she's tiny. Now go to the other side and be tall again. Now it's taller, Molly. And that's how optical illusions work. It's just kind of a wacky, slanty floor, painted interesting, and candy art of Justin Bieber. That'll haunt your dreams. Alright, the vortex tunnel is ahead. You got some fish stuff over here. Ah, of course. It wouldn't be a Ripley's Museum without one of these, right? Yeah, it's probably not too trippy on the camera, but when you walk through in real life, very trippy. Especially like, I'm trying not to hold the handrails, and it's not easy. I'm very dizzy, very, very dizzy. Okay, I made it out. Yeah, that's something that probably doesn't work on camera, but pretty neat. You've got a giant color bright, or light bright, I would assume. The old trope of a wax museum, trying to take a picture. Oh, yeah, the flash works and everything. Now these things I absolutely love because I find them to be terrifying. So I'm going to set this up and get to you in a minute.
What?
You can do all of them, Molly. I've set them all up. Isn't that terrifying? You can do more. Go again. Do the face. Oh, it's really freaky. Oh my. Yes, that is a thing. Oh, this is cool. So I think you play with this and it's like slow motion Niagara Falls. There goes the Maid of the Mist. And you can make it go really fast, or you can make it go really slow. That's fun. It's like you're playing God. Whee! Crazy mode. Alright. I think we're almost done. Not too much left. You can freeze your shadow in here.
Position yourself against the opposite wall and strike a pose.
Fair enough.
Don't look into the flash.
Oh, this camera's gonna look into the flash. I'm sorry, audience.
3, 2, 1. Now check your shadow on the wall.
We did the exact same pose.
We did. Well, that's kind of cool. And that's it. That's Ripley's. Color me. Waves goodbye. Molly, what do you think of the Ripley's Museum?
It was good.
You know,
more modern than
way
this.
more modern. I loved how modern this one was. I loved how it brought Niagara Falls into it. So I gave it a big thumbs up. You know, out of your tourist trappy museums, this is definitely one of the better ones, I think, especially in the Niagara Falls area. And thank you guys for watching.